So what did he do? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, and we're here with the final episode of season 4, Snake in the Grass, Raising Kanan, Power Book 3. You know the score. Some introductions were made, some big deaths potentially, and a whole lot of drama. So let's just begin with the episode. Honestly, I can't even. How did this episode even begin? I can't really remember, honestly. I remember, right, so I'm out here walking the dog, right, so I've literally got no notes in front of me, but I did literally finish the episode like an hour ago, so let's talk about it. Essentially, you had a conversation between Marvin and Stefano. Stefano cuts all ties with Rack and Marvin, that crew, you know, their crew, etc. He pulls out. Marvin's kind of pleading with him in the end. Stefano's right though. He's like, Marvin, you felled for him, and now you're saying I can't trust him. But you know, I think Marvin could have laid it on a wee bit thicker. He could have turned around and said along the lines of, yeah, but I thought I could trust him, but it turns out he's the one that nerfed Unique. But I know he doesn't know that, which again, should that not have been found out this episode? I think it could have potentially have been. Anyway, Stefano cuts ties, and I just remembered how the episode began. How could I forget how episode 9 ended? You had Raquel meeting with, Unique, and you've got Lou there. And this kind of just went left field real quick, where they're talking about keeping family members safe. And then, like, completely out of thin air, like, Unique's like, Lou, she told me about, if she told you about the amazing sex we used to have, she used to call me daddy, and I used to fuck her and do all this to her and all that good stuff. I mean, you actually have to remember, like, Raquel actually ended up getting an abortion in season 3. I mean, Unique and Raquel getting into it, man, getting into it, but Unique just basically disrespecting Raquel in the territory. But you know what? It's like, the way you see how the rest of the episode plays out, and like all-out war pretty much ensues, it's like, I mean, it's plot armor, but couldn't Unique, Akbar, the rest of this crew here just have killed Lou and Raquel, and no one, you know, what's anybody really going to do about it at the end of the day? We see Kanan meets with Pops and Snap. He's obviously found out about Crystal. He's fuming at this point. He's demanding they tap into the NYPD connects. Of course, we know it was those two that killed her. They're kind of hinting at the fact that if we go asking about all these dead kids, Kanan, and all these other unsolved murders, it's going to look like we had something to do with it. And you know what, it's a very valid point. They then bring up that they've got this like hot shot of a nephew who's done a lot of, you know, he's made a name for himself throughout New York, East New York or something. And he's coming, and I was like, right, well, immediately I think that's going to be Breeze. And it was Breeze, so we get the introduction of Breeze later on. Got like 50 Cent narrating over it, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, this is the guy Ghost killed, obviously, like a million years ago, and I actually thought we were further along in the timeline than this. It's still 1992 in season 4. 1992, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty big time, isn't it, guys? 1992. 1992. I thought it was going to be about like late 93. I mean, I guess it's a year, who cares anyway. Breeze, he didn't really leave an everlasting impression on me. He didn't like steal the scene. It wasn't like, oh my god, there's this guy that's been mentioned in OG Par and all the history and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? He kind of stuck out like a sore thumb when he was on screen with Pops, Snap, and Kanan. But that's just me. I mean, I still think it'll be decent when, you know, we get introduced to Tommy and Ghost, and obviously how all that's going to go down. We have a conversation between Jukebox and Raquel. Jukebox basically saying she ain't a kid no more, and yeah, just because I was quiet when I was a kid doesn't mean I wasn't listening, thinking stuff. Kinda in a way cutting ties with Raquel, but when the police tell Kanan that they spotted a black woman leaving the building where Crystal was found, they put 2 and 2 together. Kanan does, and he's like, Jukebox, I'm going to kill her, I'm going to kill Raquel. Jukebox kind of talks out of him, then makes a phone call. Who is she phoned to get Kanan there? We did hear a gunshot going off towards the end of this episode, but here, that's for me talking about the end of the episode. We then seen a meet between Stefano and Jersey, and I was kind of thinking, so it turns out at this point, they made Jersey, this leader guy, Russo is it? Russo. He made a move against Sal, basically got, you know, the go-ahead for New York, but he's like refused to take the big seat, right? So that was a big reveal. You also had a conversation between Unique and Sal's wife, which I don't know about you guys. I think it just feels a bit forced. They're like, oh, then Russo was like, oh, I just got an earful from from Sal's widow. Yeah, and it's like, why would you be taking any fucking shit for her, man? Like, be real, man. You shouldn't be taking any shit from her. But then out of nowhere, like, Russo stabs Stefano, and I knew it was kind of hinting that road. But then I just don't really understand it, because it's like, he stabs him with obviously the intention to kill, doesn't kill him. You're thinking, okay, this is kind of crazy. And it's like, he had the chance to stab him, man. There was no one around him. You know what I mean? He had the chance to kill him here, doesn't. Plot purposes, obviously. Then you've obviously got people like worried, like Raquel's like, oh, I need to talk to Stefano and all this stuff, sit down with him. But obviously they don't know he's dead at this point. Marvin and Raquel kind of get into it. Unique then hears for Russo, and Russo's like, I made a big move and I fucking missed. You make all your moves. And then this kind of like has the end of the episode montage. I mean, you did have Jukebox meet with one of her butter girlfriends. She sleeps with her again. Who cares, man? Who honestly cares? Bodies are about to hit the floor here, and you want to talk about what Jukebox is doing? Come on, people. Who cares? I know I certainly don't. Yeah, and we get the ending montage, and you know, Unique's like rallying the troops, I guess. We have Lou and B-Rilla kidnap Unique's family. The lunch boxes and the messages were left beside each other, so obviously people are going to know that she was kidnapped going into season 5. And we've seen these cars pull up, obviously, for Unique's crew, and they kill a bunch of people. It's like gas station, but then Unique, no, I say Unique, it's not Unique, it's Marvin. Marvin survives and gets like a couple of shots fired back into them. Marvin also kills the guy that helped Unique earlier this season. Again, doesn't really matter all that much, does it? But I kind of thought Marvin might have been a goner this episode, but there wasn't any big deaths until, alright, Kanan obviously finally wants to cash in that check on Raquel, rocks up, they have like the final conversation, and again, this needed to happen. We needed a big death, there's no two ways about it. But the problem is, it faded to black. This could have been Jukebox phoning that cop. I don't think she should do that, right? I don't think she should do that. I think she should phone somebody else. Would it be Marvin? Who knows? I don't know who Jukebox would phone though. Like, who's Jukebox phoning to help get in the middle of Raquel and Kanan? So yeah, a gunshot goes off, and like 50 Cent speaking like, yeah, he just fucking did that. He said something along those lines. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced that he's killed him. Absolutely not. I would probably bet big money, or killed her, sorry. I would bet big money that Raquel's still alive. I think if Kanan was going to kill her, they would have done it on screen. But then cliffhangers, get into 2025, all that stuff. I mean, Pops and Snap, no truth's been revealed about them. Doesn't make for a better storyline. If Kanan finds out that Pops and Snap, in fact, manipulated him into killing his mother, and she actually is dead rather than like he tried to, yes. So I think that might be the route we've went down here. But overall, I mean, I thought it was alright, the finale, but I think season 4, man, it doesn't, it's not that it's necessarily filler, but it never got going, you know what I mean? Like, too much humming and hawing and without actually getting into it, so yeah, we'll leave it there. In terms of rating, I'll, yeah, 7.